Hello again, Mrs. Girot here, and we are going to be doing part one of the orientation. So, checking out in the table of contents, it says to complete these mandatory orientation tasks. So, orientation task one, click on that, and you'll notice that there's a syllabus in here. And I'm just going to go ahead and read it with you just to make sure that there isn't any confusion. Syllabus rules, expectations, and class contracts. I'm Mrs. Girot, and it is pronounced Frenchly Girot. My cell phone number is 801-637-9682. I would appreciate a text from you this week that tells me what your name is, what class you're in, because I teach 3 different art classes, and anything else I need to know, like a nickname, something that you prefer to be called, anything important that's going to help me be a better teacher for you. And there is also this tech support phone number, 866-K12-CARE. So if you're trying to get into your system and having any issues, just call that tech support phone number right away. Course syllabus, Fine Arts A, from cave paintings to the Renaissance. Welcome to Fine Arts A. Oops, I think I better scroll. Weekly objectives. So each week will look identical in the fact that there will be a weekly lesson. You'll learn how artists have impacted the way you see the world, from the cave paintings to the Renaissance. You're going to learn how artists use the elements of art and the principles of design to convey meaning in their works. And this class will inspire you to see what's beyond the surface of art. There will be weekly tests in the lesson folder that are to be completed by Tuesday at 3 p.m. Each week, there will also be an assignment, which will give you an opportunity to apply creatively what you have learned in the lessons. By the end of this class, you will be ready to communicate a powerful message of your own. Start thinking now about a personal, local, or global issue you are passionate about. Weekly assignments are due Thursdays at 3 p.m. Please submit your work on time to give me an opportunity to prepare for the Friday Sack Lunch critique. So Fridays at noon, we will have sack lunch critiques, um, which provide a powerful or playful forum where weekly student work is exhibited for all to enjoy and anonymously. Students will learn what a critique is and what a critique is not. Critiques will be recorded so that any students with schedule conflicts who cannot participate at noon can also participate asynchronously. The weekly critique quiz is due Friday at 3 p.m. So even if you can't attend the critique live, you will still need to watch the recording in order to take the quiz. And then we'll also have you vote for a winner. So after you participate in the Stack Lunch critique, either live or asynchronously, please vote for a winner. Winners are announced each week at the Stack Lunch critiques. Portfolio blog. We're going to be creating a portfolio blog at blogspot.com in week one. And you will continue to update your blog with your artwork and reflections from assignments we do, to sketches, paintings, pumpkin carvings, etc. You may even blog about other artists who inspire you. Continue to work on your blog throughout the course. We will have a live portfolio blog critique at the end of the block in week 9. Attendance. I provide 20 points weekly to students who meet me in the art class. If you are an A or a B student and you don't need my help, you don't need to meet with me. I will gladly award the 20 points weekly to any student who has an A or a B. And you don't even have to ask me to do it. I will automatically look at your grades each week and give 20 points to students who are excelling independently. However, if for some reason you're not getting an A or a B, that just tells me that you're either falling behind a little bit or need a little extra support, and that's where the attendance comes into play. You are required to meet with me once a week so that we can address any needs that you have so that we can get your grades pulled up. And if you happen to really be dragging your feet, you will, in addition to attendance, need to participate in a weekly intervention. So falling behind, failing tests or quizzes, or failing to submit the quality of work I expect. And I know you're probably thinking, I'm not an artist. The quality of my work won't be that great. It's not based on like your ability level. It's based on whether or not you followed all the directions. So if you If you can't follow the directions, you might need me to show you where they're at or something like that. So that's where the intervention will come into play. So you will be required to attend an intervention if your grades fall to the F range. My favorite part of this class is sharing your work with other students so that we can all grow and learn from each other. We will learn to critique based on learning outcomes rather than talent. So don't be afraid of this process. It's going to be rewarding and fun. So this class follows the asynchronous and flipped model at the same time. So it's asynchronous and flipped, and what that means is technically asynchronous means that it is not a live class. So you can create space in your schedule to complete the weekly objectives by their due dates at a time that best fits for you. This prevents schedule conflicts with your other live classes and gives you some flexibility with your schedule. However, you will find live art classes in your Class Connect schedule. These have been created to give you an opportunity to meet with me, Mrs. Girot, to get the support you may need as you progress through the course. In summary, you will complete this course independently for the most part and come to see me when you need the help. Be sure to complete your weekly lesson and read the weekly assignment instructions carefully before you come to see me in the art class. That way you'll know what questions you have for me. Why is this flipped model so cool? Because you get to use your class time to engage and make it all about you. It'll give me a chance to learn about you and your individual needs so that I can be a better teacher for you. So, if you ever need help, confused, not sure what to do, contact me as soon as possible. Be proactive. Preferred method, if you need help, is to meet me live in the art class where I can actually demonstrate for you where to go or what to do. Kind of hard to do that via text, right? But sometimes if it's something simple, I can. But if it's something complicated, we're going to have to meet in the art class. I can show you. For immediate help, though, if a live art class is already passed that day or you won't be able to make it for some reason, just text or call me at my cell phone, please. I love hearing from students. Email generally has a slow turnaround time. So for urgent matters such as I can't submit my work to the Dropbox, contact me immediately via text, phone, or show up in the live art class. Don't wait, because it's not a very good excuse for not having your work turned in week 7, right? Oh gosh, I haven't turned anything in for 6 weeks because I can't submit to the Dropbox. Bad excuse. Okay, don't use that one for me, please. Just come and see me if that is happening to you. We'll figure it out. Or you can also call that tech support number, 866-K12-CARE. Where were we? So the summary of the weekly objectives. So basically every week you're going to have a lesson and test due Tuesday at 3, an assignment due Thursday at 3, a Friday sack lunch critique that's going to be live, or you can watch the video, which will be available at 1, and your critique quiz is due by Friday at 3. You'll also want to vote for your winner by Friday at 3, and we'll announce it the following week during the sack lunch critique. And creating that blog post, at least one post a week or more if your creative juices are flowing. Like if you wanted to post on that blog every day, like let's say you decide that you're going to take a simple apple and every day you're going to sketch the same apple. It would be kind of cool to post every day your sketch of that apple so that you could see over time how your sketching skills and your like full understanding of this apple visually grows and expands. I think that would be a really cool assignment. I might have to do that. But anyway, get the idea. Please don't skip around with the weeks, okay? Like I said, you're going to, maybe I haven't said that, sorry. You're going to complete your week 1 first, then week 2, then week 3. So if you start late and it's week 2, you need to go back to week 1 and do that first, okay? Always complete the weekly lesson before you do the assignment, okay? So the lessons are designed to fill your head with ideas, with deep thought, and all of that needs to be implemented in your assignment, okay? So I will be able to tell if you've not done your lesson before you did the assignment, because you'll turn in an assignment to me that has no depth as it relates to the lesson. If that makes sense. We're looking for depth here, people. Okay, so attendance required. If you do not have an ARB, you are required to meet me face to face in the art class once per week to set goals, monitor your progress, and get the support you need. Please honor the two-way communication courtesy. That's where if I send you an email, a text, or a voicemail, even if it's those automated ones that you can tell went to all the people in the class that had an F, or all the people in the class who didn't turn in the week one assignment, or all the people in the class who haven't done the orientation yet, I'm still trying to communicate with you in the most efficient manner possible. And I am asking you to please have the courtesy to reply to me within 24 hours if you get one of those messages. Just let me know what your goals and plan for success are. If I don't hear from you, that's really frustrating, because I'm your teacher, I'm here to help you, I'm reaching out to you, and I'm sure you guys have all had that moment where you tried to communicate with someone and you never heard back from them. It's frustrating. So please don't do that to me. And I won't do it to you. In addition, please communicate with me at least once per week. So even if I'm not reaching out to you, hey, just, think about me once a week and send me a text and say, hey, Mrs. Girot, what's going on, man? Having a good week, loving this assignment. Or Mrs. Girot, this assignment is just not daily. Whatever you want to say, but I love to hear from my students. I love having that connection with you, in the online environment. We are so fortunate to be able to communicate with each other in so many different ways. It's pretty awesome. So um, let's uh, let's do it. If we can develop regular communication, I know that you'll do much better than if you're just out there floating in space with no one to be accountable to. I'm your teacher. I need to know what's going on with you. If you fail to meet with me live, send a text instead. So let's say, oops, I totally forgot to go and meet with Mrs. Girot and I have a D. Send me a text message. You could easily communicate your goals and evidence that you're working by saying something like, Mrs. Girot, this is Judy Hops. I know I fell behind in week 3, but my goal is to complete week 3 by Sunday, so I'll be on track again next week. In addition, I will turn in this week's assignments on time so that I don't fall further behind. Oh my goodness, Judy Hops, I guarantee you, if you really do follow through on that plan for success, I bet you anything by the end of this week, you'll probably have an A or a B. So be as specific as possible. And if you say you're going to do something, do it. Don't keep telling me you're going to do week 3 and then you don't do it. Do it, okay? I keep a spreadsheet with all of our communications on it. So I'll be documenting things that we discuss, whatever form of communication it is, and I will follow up with you. So I've got my eyes on you. This time commitment is probably 4 to 5 hours weekly, depending on how immersed you get in your art projects. But the lessons should be real quick and easy, 1 to 2 hours, probably more like 1. And your assignments, 2 to 3 hours, just depending on how engrossed you are. And critiques, an hour, maybe not even that. So, you know what? This doesn't include the blogging. I probably should update to include the blogging, but just depending on what you want to blog about. If you're just blogging about your assignment, it's just as simple as uploading, some pictures of maybe you've got some pictures in the process of doing an assignment and you're kind of showing it like, here's the beginning, here's my initial sketch, here's where I start adding more details, this is where I add color. And, that kind of a thing could make your blog very cool. So be thinking about having, your camera, phone handy and taking pictures of your process, taking pictures of your your table where you're working, your supplies, things like that, those kinds of things are interesting to other people to go, this is, the type of environment that this person has to work in. And plus, it lets us know that you're doing your own work. Late policy. It is important to have your assignment submitted on Thursday at 3 p.m. so that they can be included in the Friday stack lunch critique. So please do your best to submit on time. If you're running a little behind and can't get it in until, say, Thursday at 10, just let me know so I can get it uploaded to the critique in the morning on Friday, okay? Participating in the critiques is going to push you to be a better artist, so please don't shy from this incredible opportunity to reach your highest potential. I generally do not deduct points for late work, whether on time or late. I just ask that you please do your best work. So if you're falling behind, don't rush. Do good work for me. Turn it in another day later. I'd rather have you take your time and do a really good job than I have to rush and not do a good job. If you are not meeting your due dates, you will be required, though, to attend the intervention at least once per week to help you get engaged. The final deadline, the last day to submit tests and quizzes and assignments, is going to be October 23rd. Finals week is October 24th through 27th. So you don't have to take the final. It's your choice. So you can avoid taking the final by just maintaining a passing grade in the class. If you're maintaining a passing grade in the class, I know that you're achieving the learning outcomes that I desire of you. And so I'm not going to make you take that final. I repeat, you do not have to take the final exam if you maintain a passing grade. However, if you maintain a failing grade, you will be required to take the final exam, because that final is going to offer one last opportunity for you to prove to me that you have learned those outcomes. So the final exam will be available Monday, October 24th through Thursday, October 27th. My passing rate goal is 100%. My goal is to achieve 100% passing rates in this class. So that means that I want you, as in each and every single one of you in this class, to be successful, i.e. pass the class. I personally don't want you to just get a D. I want you to get an A in this class, and I will help you do that. At the least, a C. D to me is kind of like, that just shows me that you just really did not apply yourself, and probably just didn't get the enriching experience that you deserve. You deserve an A in this class, and I'll do everything that I can to support you, to make this class enjoyable for you, to boost your confidence, to praise you, to be there for you. So please meet me halfway. Last but not least, maybe not last, cheating and plagiarism. At least one student every block tries it and does get caught. I use technology to check your work for originality. So yes, even pictures can be checked for plagiarism. I didn't know that either, but yes, it's true. And it is very embarrassing to both of us when you cheat. So please just do your own work and just don't even try to submit someone else's, because I'm going to get you. And it's illegal, and it's going to result in a 0 for the assignment. I'll have to notify your learning coach, and if, heaven forbid, after that you did it again, you'd have to meet with the learning coach and the school principal. So let's just avoid that whole embarrassing situation. Show your work. Take pictures of yourself completing your assignment. So I want to see pictures of you in the middle of the process, not just at the end, but like in the middle. Show me a picture of what it looks like before it's complete. Then I'll know that it was actually you that completed it. Put yourself into the picture so that I can see that it was you that completed it, and not your brother or your sister. So yeah, I want to see that. And submit them to the Dropbox as proof that you're doing original work and not stealing the intellectual property of others or turning me in old work. Yes, students have also tried that. And I can tell that it's old work because it really doesn't relate to the lesson that we have that week. And I can see that the work came from a friend or a brother or some assignment you did in 4th grade. So please, I am really smart. Please don't patronize me by trying to not do the assignments yourself. Another thing you can do, and this is something that I generally require, is that you sign your final product. Save and name your work. So you will just take a picture of the artwork. All right, when you take a picture of your artwork, try to get the lighting good. Try to get it so that your camera is hovering over the entire artwork and is square on the sides of the camera to the artwork, so that when you turn it in to me, when I go to put it in the PowerPoint for the critique, I'm not having to cut off part of your artwork to get it cropped. So crop it yourself, crop it nicely for me. That'll cut down on the work I have to do on my end too, and I'll just really appreciate that so much. And then once you have a picture of it, you got to actually plug in, your phone. So your computer, if that's what you use, is your phone, because that's what I use. But if you are old-fashioned or new-fashioned, depending on how you look at it, because I noticed that actual cameras are becoming popular again. But you are going to just plug your USB cord into your computer, and then if you open up your files, you'll be able to find it in there. For example, okay, so I just plugged in my phone, and so it shows up when I click on this. I mean, if you have a different style like Mac, you're going to go into your Finder. But I can go in here, and I can look at my card, and voila, here's all my pictures. So if I did an artwork, let's see here. What's something that would be considered art? Here we go. Here is an excellent example of art. Ta-da! So I've got this awesome 3D piece that I have created, and I'm going to, gosh, I'm hoping that it's going to finish uploading. Let me pause. Okay, so what I was saying is that I could pick at this piece of art here, and I just remembered my computer's not going to edit it as long as it's in my phone. So I need to actually copy it, and then I need to put it in my fine arts picture, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste it in here. And now that I have it pasted, I can open it up, and I can rotate it. And I can right click, and I can, let's see, I could open it up with a different program that would allow me to do some editing with it. I could crop it further. Otherwise, I've got it rotated now so that it is right side up. And students, I would appreciate it if when you save your photo to your computer, if it's not right side up, just go ahead and rotate it. Like, you just double click on it, and you can use your viewer, whatever you have, to rotate it. And then when you close it, it'll just automatically save those changes. Then you just kind of click here, or you can right click and rename it. So that's where I can say 3D art project with Legos. And so now I have given it a good name. So if for some reason I did give you a 3D art project, and that is what you created, then this is how you would give it a good name and get it prepared for submission to the Dropbox. And you can also, from here, post it to your blog. So as I was saying, take a picture of your work, save it to your computer, then name it. A lot of students will come to me and say, I can't name it. And well, that's because you're trying to name it in your phone or your camera. You won't be naming it there. You'll have to name it once you actually put it into a folder in your computer. When you save it, make sure you give it a good name related to the assignment, and save it with the extension .jpeg. Okay, extensions are very important with files because that's how computers communicate with each other. The computer does not know which program to open files in without an extension. So the JPEG tells the computer to open it in a program that looks at images. So an unacceptable file name would be the number that your camera assigns to it, .jpeg, okay? I'm looking for an acceptable name, such as symbolic cave painting story, .jpeg. So please do not paste your picture to a Word document. Don't ever turn in a Word document to me unless it's because you were actually typing words, because you were writing an essay to me. But please don't ever take your picture, paste it to a document, write some captions in a Word document to me, okay? Submit your photographs directly to the assignment Dropbox, okay? If you need to make a comment, there is a place when you submit assignments to put a comment in there. You can do that. Submit both a picture of you doing the work and your well-named final product. The grading policy. So grading is based on the rubrics in the assignment direction. So you'll notice this week we don't have a rubric, but you will have rubrics from here on out. You'll follow those step-by-step objectives in the rubrics to earn full credit. If you do not complete the rubric, I could give you a 0 and ask you to resubmit it because it'd be totally way off. In the real world, if your boss asks you to complete a task, you won't get paid until it's completed correctly, right? So I'm helping to kind of train you to have those skills that you need to be successful and independent so that your boss is like, I know he's got this. All I have to do is give him a task with the instructions, and I know that he or she is going to do it perfectly and not skip any steps. And that's how you can work without having a boss micromanaging you, looking over your shoulder. Below is a summary of the syllabus rules and expectations. You will use it to take the syllabus quiz. So, I, your name, have read, understand, and agree to fulfill the expectations of the Fine Arts A syllabus as summarized below. I understand this is an asynchronous class, so I am required to complete the work independently. I know that if I need help, I can attend the art classes listed in my Class Connect schedule anytime. I agree to engage in two-way communication with Mrs. Girot at least once per week to keep her informed of what my goals and personal plans to succeed are. I will submit my assignments by Thursday at 3 p.m. so that they will be included in the Friday sack lunch critique. I will always do my weekly lesson before I start the assignment. I will reread the assignment directions carefully, completing all requirements of the rubric before I submit to the assignment Dropbox. I will do my best work. I understand that if I fall behind or start to fail this class, I will be required to attend live intervention classes until I catch up. I am aware that if I am earning an A or B, I am exempt from the attendance requirement and will automatically be awarded the 20 points weekly. However, if I allow my grades to slip to a C or lower, I understand weekly attendance will be required. That is, I will attend at least one live art class in my Class Connect schedule per week so that we can set goals and monitor my progress. I will earn 20 points for doing so. I will not plagiarize. That is, I will not turn in other people's work and act like I did it. I will take pictures of myself completing my assignments and submit them to the Dropbox as proof that it is indeed my original work I am submitting. I understand that if I do not complete the requirements of the rubric, I may receive a 0 on the assignment and be asked to resubmit. When Mrs. Girot sends a text, voicemail, or email, I will respond within 24 hours. And you're going to provide me with the best number I can text you at. And if you don't have a text in your family, then you'll just give me the number that you want me to call you at. So that'll pretty much take care of the quiz. And I know that was really long and drawn out, but it's kind of a necessity because we're going to be together for 9.5 weeks. So I want to make sure that we have a really solid foundation to work on. All right, now to take the syllabus quiz.